The DPRK called its high-level talks with the US regrettable and said Washington was acting gangster-like in demanding that Pyongyang give up its nuclear weapons. The statement was in sharp contrast to earlier comments by US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, who called his two-day consultations productive. Pompeo was in the DPRK for follow-up talks after June's meeting between President Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un in Singapore.
We had many hours of productive conversations. These are complicated issues, but we made progress on almost all of the central issues. Some places a great deal of progress, other places there's still more work to be done.
Yet a statement issued by the DPRK's state news agency said the talks had been very concerning because it has led to a dangerous phase that might rattle our willingness for denuclearization that had been firm. The DPRK said the US had not offered enough to match what Pyongyang had already given. The talks reportedly focused on repatriating the remains of US troops from the Korean War and DPRK's requests that the war be officially ended. A team from the Pentagon is due to meet with officials from the DPRK next week to discuss the issue. Additional talks are expected soon on the destruction of a DPRK missile engine testing facility.
The North Koreans also confirmed the missile engine testing facility. We talked about what the modalities would look like for that destruction of that facility as well.
But divergent interpretations of the talks has fueled fears the two sides may have different understandings of the word denuclearization. The US seeks a nuclear-free Korean peninsula. For the DPRK, it may mean the end to its nuclear program, but that Pyongyang keeps the weapons it's already produced. Pompeo is now in Tokyo to meet with Republic of Korea and Japanese officials to discuss his trip to the DPRK. Japan has taken the hardest line with the DPRK, worried that any deal could leave the DPRK with shorter-range missiles that could pose a threat to the country. Toby Muse, CGTN, Washington.